Yeah, good morning. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Saturday, the 28th of June 2025. This is just my weekly analysis video where we have a look at some of the Forex pairs I'm trading on the daily time frame using the high probability and divergence trading methods from my books. All right, hope everyone's weekend's going okay. It's only early, 10:30 a.m. on a Saturday morning for me here in Da Nang, Vietnam. What I was going to say. My football team, the Roosters, got a bye this week, so that's 2 points in the bag, which is a bit of a bummer. Formula One, we were in Austria. Practice one, I think it was last night, or yesterday, or last night, because it's in Austria, not to be mixed up with Australia. Yeah, so the two McLarens are 1 and 2 at the moment, with Max right up there, clacker. All right, so if you do like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe button. I get it, they're boring videos, but we're just trying to get a message across and that's it. We'll just keep it pretty straightforward. So let's get on to the charts. It's been a strange week, but I say that every week, so it doesn't really matter. Donald Trump's saving the world. He's been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. Oh, look, good on him. He's a mediator. There's no doubt about it. Now, I don't know if he's stopped a war between Israel and Iran. I guess he has, or someone has, or they've agreed to it themselves. Who knows? But it was funny. The war's only been going like a few days. By Tuesday, he's nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. Let's give it to at least Thursday to see how we go. But anyway, the world's a bit topsy-turvy at the moment. Everyone seems to hate everyone. Let's get into the charts. So this is TradingView. This is my watch list on the right. Now you may notice a couple of double ups, like these ones in purple. You're probably not sure if you can see them. My face is probably down here. It's just a second chart on the same pair. That's all it is. It's a bit cleaner. Some of these charts, like the pound USD, and the USD Singapore dollar and gold, I've got multiple trades on. So the charts get a bit messy. So just the most recent trades, I'll just put on a clean chart and we'll go through that when you'll see it when we go through it. I'm not a trade signal provider. Please don't follow my trade signals blindly. Look, I'm very transparent when it comes to the trade calls. I keep a shared spreadsheet. I take a screenshot, I post that screenshot on the daily updates in the Facebook group and the Telegram channels. Like for me, the new daily candle at the moment is 4 a.m. local. As I said, I'm in Vietnam. I'm not getting out of bed until about 6:30. That's when I have a look at the charts. And I normally start off my daily routine. I just wake up, straight from the bathroom, straight out to the charts, drink of water, straight on the charts. I normally start off with my 8-hour charts, then do the daily on this watch list, and I've got a couple other watch lists I've got to check. And that's it. So any trades I call, sometimes I get a fill near the open, sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. Doesn't matter. As long as you're consistent in your trading. You don't have to be at the charts at 4 o'clock on the dot, because for a start, it takes about an hour for the spreads to come in. So it doesn't really matter. All right, let's get into it. So don't follow me blindly. I'm not a trade signal provider. I'm just giving some trading ideas, both entries and trade management. That's all. What I try to do is give people, my readers, ideas. Have a look at some of the ideas. If some of them resonate with you, take them, make it your own. Make it your own trading system. That's what I encourage. Well, there's no perfect holy grail out there. There's a bit of a discussion in the Telegram group. One of the members said, you can make a killing with a 40% win rate in trading. And you look at the famous turtles, if you're old enough to remember who the turtles are. I think their success rate was, I'm not sure it was 30% or just below 30%. So that means they were losing 70% of their trades. And that's what messes with your mind. Everyone's looking for that perfect system where every trade's a winner. You could have a 95% win rate and you could still be an overall losing trader. So that's the thing you've got to wrap your head around. Unreasonable expectations is the big thing with people. And once things start going bad, for me, look, on this watch list, it's been a nightmare for me for the last 4 months. But having said that, it's not the end of the world. I'm not losing greatly. I'm still plodding along, having some wins along the way, but my overall account is down a bit. My drawdown's down a bit ugly. My margin's been a bit tied up. It happens, but I'm trading off the daily time frame, so that's to be expected. But if you go to the shared spreadsheets and you have a look at my 8-hour trading, now I've been doing that since January, and so that's checking the charts 3 times a day. That has been going along nicely if you have a look at the results on that, and I'm in no major pain with any pairs at the moment. Probably I might have told a little fib there. I think USD CAD's giving me grief, which it does on every time frame, so I don't know why I trade it. Anyhow, let's get into today's daily Q12 watch list here. AusCAD. Now there's no trades on. There's no highlight there, means there's no trades basically. So if it's highlighted in light blue, means there's trades on. Highlighted in orange means I'm waiting on a trade setup. So I'm in not dollar cost averaging. I'm in loss recovery mode. So I've got a couple of pairs I'm waiting on trades. So that's the Euro USD and the pound yen. If it's not highlighted, like the AusCAD, no trades on. Highlight means there's trades on. These purple ones, like I said, they're just the double up charts. I've added the 3 moving averages, like I said last week, so it just gives me an idea of trend. At the moment, we're just in a dog's breakfast sideways at the moment. No offence to dogs. I love dogs. Yeah, we're just going sideways at the moment, so it's not ideal, but it's not terrible either. We're just waiting on a setup. In the meantime, the MACD Platinum's gone above the 0 level. Now remember, generally, I'm looking to sell when it's above the 0 level. There's the 0 level there. And looking to buy when it's below the 0 level. So here's your buy, there's your sell sort of thing. You see sell, not a valid buy, another sell there, another sell, back. All right, so AusCAD, nothing happening. And I'll give you a heads up, for Monday, there's nothing happening at all. Nothing on any of my daily charts. Right, Aus-Swiss. See, now LRM, loss recovery. That's what I'm going to base all these trades on. There's still a couple with the old trade management technique. If you don't know what the LRM is, loss recovery on the MACD Platinum, go to my YouTube channel. There's a playlist called Profitable Forex Trading, I think, or something like that. There's a couple of videos. I think there's 2 or 3 videos. It's definitely 2 on loss recovery techniques. There's two loss recovery techniques. So the MACD Platinum basically means the MACD Platinum has to be on the right side. So like I said before, buys below and sells above. So I took a sell here, had an opposite trade signal there, closed out, took a loss, small loss, tiny loss. You follow it up there. So a loss of $3.24. It's a break-even trade basically for me. Took a second sell here for a bigger position size. And sell 2, there it is there, bigger position size, and I've already closed the 2/3, loss recovered, and 26 June, which was on Thursday, I think. Yep, on the open Thursday, I closed half, so I'm down to 0.05, stop and place, can't lose on this trade. So the stop's just above the 20 moving average, just above this high here. That's a 20 simple moving average. I just use it for a bit of trade management. So you can see that 3 MAs are down. There was hidden bearish divergence on that one. So I took the second one, it's all good. And we've recovered that loss, that $3.24 and some, and we're in a profitable trade now. So that's Aus-Swiss. Japanese yen. There was a buy there. I like this one because you had this little support level. And it didn't. Oh, there's my messages. Got a sell signal there, so I closed out for a small loss. So that was the first one. That was a buy. Second one was a sell. Because it's only a small loss of $10.33, the second sell there doesn't have to go far, and it poked through a couple of times, but the MACD Platinum's above the 0 level. But look at all these dots on the MACD Platinum. That just represents a sideways market. So at the moment, we're still trying to get down, and this has just gone sideways all week and most of the last week, going nowhere far. So we're still in a sell trade. MACD Platinum still above the 0 level, still trying to recover that loss, going nowhere fast. Aussie USD. Now, this is a bit messy. Again, just pause and read my notes. So we started off with a sell, went to a buy. I like the sort of the setup there. Wasn't great, but I took it. Didn't work out. Got a close. Just closed the buy, then waited for a new signal. This buy here, this is the valid signal. And you can read my notes. So this buy here, which was on Friday. Sorry. When I take it? Yeah, Friday, 27th. We're at this high here, and this level here, these green dash lines are big round numbers. This is a 60 cent. This one here is a 65 cent level. They're big round numbers in the Aussie USD. So when I took this buy here, valid buy, a little ugly due to the resistance level on price. So we had this blue resistance level, and when we were entering right on that, so it's not ideal. Still around the 65 cent level, which is this level here, which is a big round number, but there is the hidden divergence there. So we've taken it. There's my two targets, target 1, target 2. Now all the difference is target 1, if I hit target 1, just close the trade to recover that full loss. So to date we've lost $394 roughly. So we get up to the first yellow dotted line there, we can just close out all the trades, recover the losses from all those previous 2 trades. If it blows through and hits the second line, that basically means I can close out, I can go back to my original base lot, which is 0.1. So I can close out, this one's for 0.5, so I can close out 0.4 and then put a stop in place somewhere. And I can try and look for more profit. So that's all that is. So it hasn't got far to go, but I'm just a bit concerned about this level around here. And as you can see, it got to the 65 cent level, back in early May, and it's hovered around that since. Even with all the turmoil in the world, it's like, wait and see. Bitcoin, we're in a buy. Took one buy here back on the 7th of June. I closed that out on the reversal for a very small profit. It was an opposite QMP filter dot. We still haven't broken this high here. This level here is 100,000 level. Big round number. So that's a big, big number. You can see prices come to it. Took a long time to break. Look here, there's the 100,000 there. It's hovered around there for a long time. 100,000. And we're sort of back in that sort of same area. So there's your first buy, out for a small win. MACD platinum still below the 0 level, and this is this 1, 2. See the hidden bullish divergence followed by regular bullish divergence. It's not heading up fast, but we're in profit just. We really want to see it get up to these previous highs here, but it's going to struggle a bit. You can read my notes there. I like this setup as they've been hidden divergence followed by regular. So remember we talked about, talking about Bitcoin. I'm just running a test on this EA that we're testing, and I've just tried for shits and giggles on Bitcoin. So this is starting in, I think, 1st of January 2018, or roughly. Yeah, January. With 100,000 on the 4-hour chart, buys only, and it's closed out today at 400 and, what's that? Just under 500, just under 500,000. Jeez, bit of drawdown there, but yeah, just playing around with the EA. The first time I tried it on Bitcoin. Anyway, I digress. Right, Bitcoin, so we're in a buy. Yeah, look, it's just got to pop up a bit higher, then I'll be a bit more comfortable. The MACD platinum still below the 0 level, so it's not too bad. Euro Aussie. Now, this is we're still in a traditional hedge, TH, traditional hedge. So sequence 2. We're hedged at the moment. So basically we took a sell, and this is all a bit ugly. Have a look at this. It was a dodgy signal. Look, and this is before I put the 3 moving averages back on the chart. If I'd had those 3 moving averages on the chart at the time, I probably wouldn't have taken that original sell. But I've taken it, so we've got to work our way out of it. So there's sell, hedge buy, second sell, second hedge buy. So we're up to hedge 2. So there's your original one. Hedge 2, break even, NA is hedged. You can go and have a look at the shared spreadsheets. It's recorded on there, you can't miss it. And there's my notes on it. The break even level, it's just sitting in limbo because I haven't got a break even. So the last dot is a red dot on the MACD platinum above the 0 level, hence the grey vertical line. It's just a warning line. The trend is up. So basically I'm looking for a third sell where we try and get down. I could get a little bit creative. I could look at maybe doing slipping down on my chair here, poor posture. I could get a little creative. I could look at doing some dollar cost averaging. If price keeps on going up and we get a new sell signal, I could close the 2 buys out for a profit, take a third sell and look to come back to a break-even level, something like that. But we'll just see how it goes for a little while. So we're locking in a loss at the moment. Euro yen, I've got the one trade on, a sell trade. It's a high risk trade. You can read my notes. I've started putting notes on the charts. On the charts again, it makes sense. So it's a sell here. Now there's no supporting divergence. It's against the trend. You can see all the moving averages are starting to spread and to the upside. So it's a high risk trade against the trend, but it's a valid signal. MACD platinum's above the 0, and I like the fact that price is so far away from at least all these moving averages. So generally that means it's going to come back. The only thing is, it's a yen pair. Yen pairs can go a long way in one direction for a long time. So it's something to be aware of, but it's not the end of the world. We're still in sell mode. It's not too bad. We sort of got up to the previous high and we sort of haven't really broke it cleanly as yet. Just because I've taken a sell there doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go down. Price is always king, but the odds are it'll eventually come down. That's what I'm looking for. If it reverses to the buy side and I have to close out for a loss, I'll take the loss, then I'll just wait for another sell setup, if that's the next valid signal. So Euro Yen, we're not looking that flash at the moment, but it's not terrible either. Euro USD, highlighted in orange, means I'm waiting on a trade signal. So let's just go back to this buy. So we're still in this buy from the 20th of May. And look, I could have closed out the buy and this sell when I took a loss in this sell and been overall break even. But I'm going to play it out because that's what we're here for. So I'm in this buy, stop and place up there, can't lose on that. Can't lose on that. I could probably start looking at moving this stop up, which I will. At the moment, it's just below these lows here, but the 20 moving averages, simple moving average is moving up, so I might start trailing it a bit tighter. Because what I'm doing now for this, I took a sell here, so this is loss recovery. That was trade 1, it was a sell. There was this resistance level on price there. I like that, even though it's a high risk trade against the trend. I like any double tops on resistance levels on the daily charts on Forex. Seem to work out a lot of the time, not this time. Now, if you're taking that trade and you had a stop in place, your stop would have been, say, up in here somewhere. So you would have been stopped out, probably the same place where I closed out on an opposite QMP dot. So this is not a valid signal because the MACD platinum is above the 0 level. So it's a buy, and we've got this divergence forming like at the time, so it would have been like that. So to me, there's regular bearish divergence forming. MACD platinum's not above, is above the 0 level. I'm not taking that buy anyway, so it's just not. So what I've done is I've closed it for a loss. So we took about nearly $200 loss on that sell. Now I'm waiting on a valid MACD trade signal for trade 2. So that's all I'm doing. Oh, that's the notes for the sell there. Yeah, there we go. Oh, hang on a sec, pause. Sorry about that, just had to pause the video. One of the cleaners brought back my washing, all neatly washed and folded. One of the joys. All right, so yeah, so I'm waiting on a new sell to try and recover that $200 loss. Those notes there refer to the sell at the time. But in the meantime, if price keeps on going up, I'll just trail this on the buy and I'll probably make $200. If it keeps on going up and up and up, that $200 loss will be covered by this, but that's not the plan. I want to show you how this works, this loss recovery. That's the Euro USD, that's why it's highlighted in orange, waiting on sequence 2, S2, waiting on a new trade setup. Pound Aussie, now this was a buy in here, reversed, red is and that's a good buy. I didn't mind that buy setup, even though the MACD platinum's just below the 0 level. It's all a bit range bound, as you can tell by the blue or the aqua lines there, a little bit range bound. So I took a buy in there, that was trade 1, sequence 1, trade 1 on the loss recovery, and then reversed to a sell, so I took a loss, and that was nearly $100. So I closed for a loss. Then trade 2 was this buy. It's hard to see, but it's a QMP blue dot there. It's all very tight, red, blue. Normally when that happens, it's not going to keep on happening. So any trade could be the breakout trade. Now this hasn't necessarily been the breakout trade, but it's been enough to get me, because I only had a loss of $100, it doesn't take much to recover that. These 2 yellow lines, which I'm going to remove now, there's 2 yellow lines for target 1 and target 2. So it blew through them, both of them, and what I've done, closed 0.2, like I said, because it blew through both those lines, and set a stop at 2.0. So my stop's basically my entry level. The loss has been recovered. So that's all good. So now we've just got a free trade, basically. So I get rid of those yellow lines, they're no longer in play. So the target's all been achieved, and we're just in a free trade. Now, hopefully price will break this high here. If it does, then I can start dragging my stop up and locking in a bit more profit. So the loss recovery has worked here. The MACD platinum through the 0 level, so I had to take some action in a way. So I've reduced my trade down to a 0.1 lot, recover that $100. Have a look at the spreadsheet, you'll see it there, and we're good to go. Well, you won't actually see it because it's a partial close on a trade. I don't actually record it on the spreadsheet how much it was, but it's recovered, trust me. All right, pound CAD. We're in a buy from the, where is that? 24th of June. I've already closed half. The MACD platinum through the 0 levels, all a bit tight. Couldn't really do much here. And we're at this this high here too. So it's broke through the high, but it's spiked up on Thursday, and it's done the same sort of candle on Friday. So struggling to break this high here. In the meantime, I've drawn these trend lines, red trend lines for potential divergence. Now, I get the feeling this is going to go higher, the MACD platinum. This line will then follow it up, obviously, which means it's no longer valid, so I just remove it from the chart. We are a little bit range bound at the moment, but we're in a position where we can't lose. Or worst case scenario on this trade, if price suddenly turned on Monday, went down back through my stop, it's probably going to be close to a break even or just a small profit. Can't lose on it anyway. So that's the pound CAD. See, that was a good setup. See, prices come back into the moving averages, had the support level here, yeah, and now we're struggling at this highs here. Pound Swiss, nothing on. Again, we've just got the support level on the chart. There's a blue dot on the MACD platinum below the 0 level. Nothing happening. The trend is sort of down, a bit ugly, but it's down. So we'll just wait and see. Pound yen, one pair, it's caused me grief. There's a lot of previous trades on here. You can read all my notes. I've got a loss still of about $9,500 to make up on this. There's no trades open at the moment. So I've started here. This is where I started. This has created a $9,500 loss just through here because I was doing the LRQ. I'm going to switch to LRM, but that's where the LRQ was based on every QMP filter dot. The last signal was here, and if I'd still been in LRQ mode, I would have taken a buy there, which might have proved to be okay. But in the meantime, we've still got this divergence forming, which makes me a little bit gun shy. The MACD platinum's above the 0 level, so now I've switched to LRM. I'm just going to wait for a valid signal. This line up here, what's that? Let's see, 200 level, big round number, 200. So we'll just wait and see. We've got a lot to recover here, but it's a pair I don't mind trading. Once it gets out of these crappy ranges, we'll make up. We'll get some of that back. We're just going to be trading a bit bigger, but that's all right. No trades at the moment, just waiting. Now, pound USD, this is one nightmare of a pair. Now, I've got a couple of charts going on here, and I'm going to show you why. You can pause the video and read all about it. It's just, I've banged on about it every video for the last few months. Considering I started on this pair on the 11th of February, all right? So I've been going at it for nearly half the year, most of the year. I've just got rid of S1 trade. So my oldest trade is from 28th of February, end of February, beginning of March. So we've reduced these two. So all I did was I took a bit of a loss, $400 or so on those two trades, closed those two trades out, which reduced my overall profit to date. We've got this big regular bearish divergence still. We want to get down to these lines here. We've got loss recovery happening. So it's an absolute dog's breakfast. As I said, I've been banging on about it. I made two critical mistakes. Well, one is a major one. I didn't reduce my position size when I should have at the start. So basically I've left all my position sizes double. And as Murphy's Law would have it, the mistake I made on my position size is the pair that's given me all the grief. So that's my fault. And I also had a midweek bender, as we all know, and I missed an entry that would have got me out that if I'd got the entry when I should have, or close to it, I probably would have been out of most of these trades already. So two mistakes, put my hand up, and I'm just stuck with it. I'm going to have to work my way out of it. So we'll just move to another chart. This is the pound USD. This is my latest trade, all right? So this is just the same chart. It's just a lot cleaner, easy to see. So there's my commencement of the sequence. There's my commencement here in this area. And the last trade was this buy. So if we go back to there, the previous one, there's this buy here, S10. I should probably mark that on the chart. So that's S10, it's a buy. Now let's go and have a look where it's a lot easier to see. Valid buy signal, price has come down to the 50 moving average nicely. There's the buy there, taking it. But I've still got this concern about this. Well, initially there was a resistance level on price when I took it because we had this sort of area in here. But it's broken through it. But there's the regular, that divergence, which I don't care. I'm just trying to make a bit of money on the buy side because I've still left all my sells on. So I'm still in sell mode. And there's a reason I'll show you. Got a bit sneaky here. I'll just sneak over to a weekly chart on this just to show you what I'm looking at. This is the weekly chart, pound USD. Now, you can see the MACD platinum's well. I'm not going to adjust that trend line because that's from a daily chart. MACD platinum's well above the zero level. This is the weekly chart. There's already been a red dot. It's starting to roll over. And again, we've got that divergence. It's probably a little bit harder to see, but the MACD platinum's heading down. Price is still heading up. So that's the weekly chart. That's why I get the impression that this is going to roll over, but in the meantime, I'm going to be in a bit of pain. My drawdown's building up. My margin's being tied up. So I've just got to be conscious of it and just keep an eye on it. So in the meantime, any buy signal presents like this, I'm going to try and make some money on that side. That's the pound USD. That's my current nightmare. I'd probably nominate the pound USD as my number one nightmare. The pound yen is my number two and gold is number three. Everything else is going sweet, except, oh no, I won't. New Zealand CAD. Better hurry up, I'm rabbiting on too much. New Zealand CAD, we're in a sideways. We've got traditional hedging, it's just still sideways. In the 8-hour chart, I've been cleaning up a little bit on the 8-hour chart, but the daily chart, I've just got to get out of this range. You can pause, read my notes. Last trade was this buy here, but we're stuck in this range. I'm not overly excited by it, as I even wrote there, not too excited by it. but we had to take it. See all these dots on the MACD Platinum all around the zero level, that just range bound. It's a pair I don't get too concerned about because eventually I'll work my way out of it. New Zealand USD in a buy here. We took a buy on this and the Aussie at the same day. Similar setups, both going into resistance. Not ideal. Big round number on the Kiwi at a 60-cent level. You can read my notes there. MACD flat below the zero level. A bit of correlation there between the Aussie. I think the Aussie, the New Zealand and the USD CAD all had trades. So the USD CAD would have been a sell, which we'll get to. So it's all a bit ugly. But it's not a problem. It's a pair. It moves nicely. And if I get in trouble, I just reverse and look for a valid setup in the opposite direction if I need be. And USD CAD, it's give me a bit of grief. But all right, I was stopped out of a couple of trades. So this S2 sell. Sorry, I'm rushing a bit now, but I've been talking for 31 minutes. I don't know how, but normally I'm done in 30. S2 sell. Taken here, stop and place there, stopped out in that spike up there. So stopped out for an overall profit on S2. I'll tidy up the chart once it's done. Still in this TH hedge. So buy, sell, buy, hedge. Yeah, it's all hedge. Sequence 1's hedge. You can read it there. Sequence 3 was a buy. It was stopped out for a break-even result. So there's the buy in here. And the stop was there and it was stopped out. So nothing. Next trade was sequence 4, was a sell, which was taken, as I said, with the same as the New Zealand and the Aussie. I don't particularly like it. We've got this regular bullish divergence, which really hasn't played out. You can read my notes there. It's a valid sell signal, but because I'm in a hedge, big trades here, I'm happy to just take it. We'll get absorbed and I can work my way out of it, hopefully. USD CAD just drives me nuts. So out of these two trades, sequence 2, sequence 3, as I said, I'll remove all this after the video's done. USD Singapore dollar, it's another messy chart. The good thing is we're still in this, we're in DCA mode. So buy, 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 buy. Lots of buys. Break even, this yellow line up there, I'm just going to keep on taking buys until we get out of this. Again, we've got mixed signals. The last trade was this sell, and I'll show you that in a minute. We have got these 3 sell trades on over here, so they're all basically taken on this red line, stop and place down here. So we have got some joy. These 3 trades, can't lose on them. So just a matter of trailing that stop down. We're starting to consolidate a bit here. We've got we've got hidden bearish divergence here. So no problem taking this S3 sell. But we've got regular bullish divergence too. And I could probably extend that down. Where's that trend line there? So it's getting super obvious now. See this? So we've got conflicting divergences here. And just a matter of waiting and see. So you can read my notes, pause the video. It's a pair I'll probably drop on my watch list. I'm not really, it moves nicely, but geez, sometimes it causes me grief. And here's the cleaner chart. Like I said, so this is the most recent sell. Again, there's the conflicting divergences. There's a sell S3, and it's going nowhere fast. But this is one I'll go into DCA mode because it was initiated by hidden bearish divergence. I'm happy with that. Right, silver in a sell from the 20th of June, sorry. Yeah, so that level there's the $35 level. It sort of went down initially, then popped up, but Friday's come down again. Now the MACD Platinum's close to the zero level. It's actually through the zero level. There's really not much I can do. I could probably place a stop there or something like that. I'll give it one more day, then I'll consider my options. It's still a long way from the moving averages. So generally, either the moving averages will go to price or price will come to moving averages. Well, that's what it looks like. Because it is a moving average, so it just math says they've got to eventually connect unless the world's in turmoil. So hopefully it'll drop down a bit, and I'll give it a day or so, then I might start to take some action on this. All right, so next one, my other problem child, number 2, and I hate saying problem child nowadays because it all relates to that YouTube/boxer. What's his name? Jake Paul. Is it Jake Paul? One of the Paul brothers. He's an idiot, but people love him. Brings in the big dollars. He's smart. There's no doubt about it. But he might be in for rude shock. I think he's fighting a Mexican champion. He's only 39, so he's a bit younger than Tyson was, and this bloke can punch. So hopefully he'll set him. Yeah, Chavez. What's his name? Chavez Jr. or something? Who knows? All right, so no wonder my videos go for so long. So we've got a bit of a nightmare scenario here. We're in multiple sequences. This is still, we're still in multiple sequence hedging. So a lot of trades. My overall break-even is this yellow line here, this yellow solid line. We've got nearly $1,000 in profit, so we've got a bit of profit to play with. It's starting to head in the right direction, which is good. The MACD platinum's through the 0 level, my last trade, but I like this big resistance level. So you can read the notes there. So we're trying to get through all these yellow lines and make some money. And I'll be glad to be out of it. I like trading the metals, but sometimes become a nightmare when it got all this sideways action, got so many trades open. And the good thing about this, it's on a different account to my main account. So I've got plenty of margin on this one, so it's not a drama. We'll go to a cleaner chart. And there's that most recent sell there. As I said, the MACD platinum's already through the 0 level, a bit like silver. I might be looking at taking some action soon, but I'll watch it for a couple of days. I like this resistance level and price. Now this level here is the $3,500 level, and that high there comes within about 3 cents. If you look up here, the high, look up here, I'll put my cursor across it, $3,499.97. Jeez. I wonder if anyone had orders in there to sell and thinking, oh, missed by 3 cents. So yeah, sequence 9's, that's still there. So just go back, you can see it there. That's sequence 9 there. So we're just watching that for a couple of days. And finally, we've got the US market, the US stock market. There's the high, that blue line, that's the all-time high. And Friday, we've popped through it. I think Thursday, we just popped through it a little bit. So we've got new market highs on the US stock market. Last signal was this buy here. And we've still got that conflicting divergence. But this is the US stock market. Do you really want to be shorting it? But nothing goes up forever, so there's always pullbacks, but yeah, you've got to be careful. So we've got the divergence forming and we've got a new high. All right, boys and girls, that's a 37-minute video. Sorry about that. I sort of got sidetracked a little bit and started rabbiting on about sport and stuff, but two things that keep me going, trading and sport. And probably today I'll watch some football and have a couple of beers. Right, if you do like the video, hit the like button and subscribe button. It's always appreciated. Enjoy your weekend, stay safe, and anyone's got any questions, just hit me up in any of the groups. Happy to help. All right, thank you.